Reactions and reviews have come on the by-elections conducted by INEC in several states of the Federation on Saturday. And President Bola Tinubu has arrived in Japan for the Tokyo International Conference. Hello everyone, welcome to the program. This is Politics Today, live on Channels Television. I am Sean Akimale here in Abuja. Let's bring you up to speed with President Bola Tinubu's trip out of the country on a two-nation tour. The president has landed in Tokyo, in Japan, for the Tokyo International Conference. The president is to participate in the 9th Tokyo International Conference on African Development, scheduled to hold from the 20th of August to the 22nd in the city of Yokohama. The president's aircraft touched down at the presidential wing of the Haneda International Airport, Tokyo, at about 00:50 a.m. on Tuesday, which is still Monday in Nigeria, owing to the 8-hour time difference. It was received by the ambassador Masubara, ambassador in charge of Haneda Airport, for TICAD, Nigeria's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, and officials of the Nigerian Embassy. Tonight, we're going to be making a review of the by-elections and some of the reactions that have trailed of one of the election observers in the country, Yaga Africa, says that Nigeria must move beyond holding relatively peaceful election to process that inspire trust and confidence in the electoral system. The Yaga Africa Programs Director earlier on Channels Television says overall it was a relatively peaceful process, except for some constituencies in some states where there were issues of thugs trying to disrupt the process at some polling units. And he says we need to move beyond just having a relatively peaceful process to a process that can inspire trust in the system. That sort of reactions get our attention because these sort of elections are preparatory to future elections. We're hearing on analyses on television and in press statements what civil society organizations and politicians are saying about Saturday's election. Let's get one of opposition voices tonight. I'm being joined by a chieftain of the NNPP, Chief Buba Galadima, who is live for us here in our studio. Haji Galadima, it's good to see you tonight. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate it. Yes, sir. What's your view about the conduct of the by-election held on Saturday?
Well, the by-elections had come and gone, except it's been trailed by so many issues, depending from which side of the coin you look at it. In the first place, I want to make a very, very important issue out of these by-elections. In fact, all of them were conducted illegally.
Really?
By INEC.
How do you mean?
Because when a vacancy occurs, INEC is under obligation to conduct the by-election within 3 months. Some of the by-elections are being held 2 years after.
Which one?
For example, the ones in Kano, or at least the one in Kano. 2 years, because it was an election that was declared inconclusive by the APC in 2003. 3, 4, 5. So, if the judiciary is upcoming, and if anybody goes to court to challenge those elections, they could be declared null and void, because that is what the Constitution says, not even the Electoral Act.
Why are you saying this now? Why is everyone not talking about it?
Because there aren't politicians in the country. Only usurpers in politics. There aren't politicians. There are only opportunists in politics.
But I thought
people who have stolen public
I thought you were
fund.
a politician.
No, I'm a bad one.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's why I have not been even a councillor throughout my life, despite the struggle.
You are not electable.
And also appointable.
But your daughter was appointed at least that
No, she was elected. She was not appointed. If you are appointed, it means you must have taken salary, which she has never done. And even her parting gift, where she was a councillor, up to now they refuse to give her because she's my daughter in the Yamak.
Because she's your daughter?
Yes.
Are you a bad man? Why are they refusing?
In the Nigerian sense,
offend someone?
In the Nigerian context, I'm a worst man, not even a bad man. Because Nigeria doesn't like my type.
What is your type?
Somebody who will look at Akimbole straight into the eye and tell him what he doesn't want to hear. But the truth.
I mean, you were saying that the reason why anybody has not really spoken up about the conduct of the by-elections before now is because you don't think that politicians are...
Because there are only opportunists in politics.
And that's
we've drawn the attention of INEC. Just, Sheun, just look at it. Before, when INEC was INEC, when politicians start to hit the polity, they come out and warn them that they have not allowed politicking. Could it be worse what is happening, the politicking that is going on now, just 2 years into the life of this administration? Look at the politicking that is going on. When INEC doesn't even have the muzzle and the guts to call politicians into order because people in government are the ones that started. So how do you expect a free and fair election under these people?
Are you blaming this present INEC of incapacity to conduct free and fair elections?
Well, if they can't stop politicians from gate crashing or jumping the gun, how do you think they will have the lever to conduct a free and fair election? You, in your own estimation. If they just can't say, look, Mr. Man, stop. It is not yet time for politicking. It's time for governance. That is why some of us are keeping quiet. We are waiting for the D time, and when we start, the world will know that we are here.
You mean NNPP?
Yes. We've not been talking. When last did you interview me on politics?
It's been some months now.
So?
But it doesn't have to be about politicking. We're talking about an election now. We could talk about governance. We could talk about so many other things. But the question is...
people are promoting candidates than the election. Even looking for second term. I'm twisting people to join them. Because they think that only by twisting people and bringing in governors, you can win election. Don't you think that's a fallacy? How many governors in Nigeria on a free and fair election can win election?
So how do they win elections?
Oh, you don't know how they do it? Go to APC in Kano, they will teach you how to do it.
Oh, but I thought NNPP won election in Kano.
We won both, but they've taken one. Because they said at least they deserved one.
And which one is that?
The Sanyawa, Unchi, or Gari
Okay.
the state constituency.
Oh, you thought
which was
NNPP would have
declared-
swept everything?
We have swept everything because in the constituency, this election, we got 5,600 and something, while APC got only 265. Yet they declared themselves winners. And when at 2 a.m., we called our people in that constituency, how did it go? They said, oh, we've won the election. Was it announced? They said no, that the electoral officer said he will take the results to be announced in Kano. I just held my head. I said, oh, God. So everything that we told you, you didn't do. Just for them to come to Kano, and they now start saying that they start cancelling results at state level. Which electoral law, which part of the electoral law says that the commissioner, the INEC commissioner is in a position to cancel the results that were announced at the polling booth? They're now asking us to go to court because they own the courts. Or they have money to buy the courts. Is this the kind of Nigeria that we are looking for?
I was even, I don't know where this impression comes from, that there's a possibility of the structure of the NNPP to join the APC in Kano.
Well, I'm just hearing this from your mouth.
What about Rabi Kwankwaso?
Is the strongest political Iroko in this country today, because he dared the APC and he defeated them to their game.
In Kano?
Yeah. Well,
that's the only state.
That's the only place we conducted. We canvassed for votes for the by-elections. If all politicians in Nigeria would be like a Kwankwaso, then nobody can do the nonsense they are thinking they can do.
So, what about the talks about Kwankwaso going to the APC?
I say these are things that you people in the press and the social media are saying. Let anybody come out and tell me that he met Kwankwaso and told and canvassed him, or persuaded him, or coerced him.
Maybe you are not aware that there are plans to bring him to the APC.
Well, I assume if anybody talks to him about that, I ought to know.
Are you the closest to him?
I may not be. But politically, I think he can confide many things to me.
And he has not told you?
No.
About the possibility.
So now let me come, Sean.
Yeah.
Why can't we Nigerians look at issues dispassionately? How can a Kwankwaso be a friend of the APC with what they are doing to us in Kano?
What are they doing to you in Kano?
Appointing 2 emirs in one town. There is a federal government emir and there is a state emir. Who has got the responsibility to appoint emirs and pay them their salary? Who? Can you tell me?
Did the federal government appoint any emir?
They have their emir now. They have
appointed
not
by
less
the federal
than
government.
40 trucks.
Is that right?
Not less than 40 pickup trucks filled with mobile police guarding their own emir. And when people are being, even out in some local in Kano, they are killing people, taking their handsets. And the police is tied up. Are they not ashamed?
But Alhaji Galadima, would it be fair for you to say federal government appointed? Because I didn't hear...
It's a federal government appointee now because it's the Federal High Court that has ruled halfway to suggest...
But that's a court, not the executive arm of government.
But everybody knows, according to Justice Rikife and what do you call him, that federal high courts have no business in determining chieftaincy matters. It was a state matter when they discussed the issue of Umar Abba Tukur, the emir of Muri, versus late Colonel Madaki, both of them late. It was a settled matter by the Supreme Court.
So you blame Tinubu for that?
Who will I blame? Was it not Tinubu that appointed the Sunusi?
How?
In the first place, was he not the one that canvassed for Sunusi to be made emir? Let him come out and tell you that he didn't. And I will give him instances.
So, this accusation that you're making that...
I'm not making an accusation. I'm making a statement of facts. If Tinubu listens to me, he knows that he did that.
That you're saying that the federal government is destabilizing Kano.
Yes.
How can the federal government...
Yes, using the police and security agencies.
To destabilize the state.
Didn't you see that in that Gari election in Sanyawa, the commissioner of police came out to say that elections were conducted peacefully, free, and fair. But because they wanted to kill Kano people, because they know that if they do that, Kano people may react. So they received an instruction from here to declare an APC man with the 2023 results. Because they said there was violence. When the violence was noticed at the INF headquarters in Kano, not at the polling booth where the elections were conducted.
But I imagine that Kano, Buba Galadima, the Emir of Kano, that stool, is one of the most revered, historically, religious-wise. Why are the elders and the leaders in the north not intervened in that matter?
Look, Shaun, maybe you're a small boy.
I am, actually.
So you can't understand.
Some of the things you elders do.
Yes.
Some of how you have destroyed this country.
Maybe.
So because I'm imagining that how
Let me tell you.
You know what they say in the Yoruba language. There's a proverb that says, the elders will not be in the marketplace and allow the head of the child turn northwards. And this is what it means, that the elders will not be available. Will not be around and allow things to go wrong. And that's the reason why I'm asking. You are one of the elders of the north. Why are they allowing what is going on?
Let me tell you, if you can just volunteer to tell me your village, there is a story I want to tell you.
In Kwara?
My
village in Kwara.
Where in Kwara?
It's in the Padun local government area. I don't know if you know the place. It's one of the most historically notable places in Nigeria, actually. And you're aware that I'm royalty too, so you need to be careful.
Let me tell you.
You need to be careful the way you talk to me,
yes,
or I banish you.
No, I will.
I have the blue blood running in my veins, right?
I had gone over a relay and other places, so I have to pass your place to reach there.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you now.
If you know where Bishop Oyedepo is from.
Yes. All the rich people in Lagos are from Kwara.
Yeah, we own Kwara.
All the rich people in Lagos are
Kwara people own Lagos, actually.
Thank you very much. Maybe you know that I should know.
You should
because
know.
I'm a politician.
You know. You're true. You're very right.
If I can go beyond the record and talk to you about offer and a relay, you know that I know the place.
Yeah, I respect
very well.
You shall not be banished.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Look, there is no elder, there is no big man, except the man that holds an instrument of authority or the man who has a deep pocket. These are the elders. So forget about elder based on white hair. I am nothing.
But there is the ACF, the Arewa Consultative Forum, there is the Northern Elders Forum. There are all of these forums that are supposed to be the conscience of the region, which in a case like that, one will imagine, how can
do they have money?
So, money
do they have money? Or do they have instrument of coercion?
So just like the Bible says, money answers all things.
Of course. That is where we are now in Nigeria.
So wisdom.
I want to warn you that if your son becomes Oga, you better prostrate before him. Don't say because I'm his father. You will be miraculously surprised what will happen.
That's what money has done in our society.
Yes.
So money is the root of the evil that we are seeing in the north, and that's why things are going wrong.
The emir that is being held at the house belongs to the government of Kano. If Kano wanted to take over their house, they were physically stopped by the military and the police. If you erode the powers of the government of Kano, it doesn't occur to people that you are also eroding your own powers. So you mean there is nobody at national level to tell them this?
How do you think this can best be resolved?
They are keeping the emir because they thought that the emir can help them in an election. And I want to assure you that emirs in Kano never helped anybody from NPC 1954 to date in any election in Kano. We won the election without an emir putting a mouth. So why are they wasting their resources?
What is the factor that helps to win elections in Kano?
Radicalism. Change.
The one that we see in the Konkonsia movement, led by Konkonso.
Because they see it, they asked a dog that there is festivity going on in your house. He said, I've not seen it on the ground. Because if there is a festivity going on, the dog will pick some bones and some meat. But in the case of Konkoso, the only politician in Nigeria that is standing today, they have seen it. As an ordinary person, last week, Konkoso graduated 100 people who did in Kano, and people from all over the nation, not only Kano indigents, in hospitality and management, because he thought that in this part of the country, people are not trained in hospitality. And it was only some few months that Konkoso admitted in Mewara University here in Karu, where he has a share. He has admitted 4 students from every state of the federation, 37 states. 37 states, 4 people, 2 female, 2 male, free. And it was a competitive exam. Even if my son sits for that exam, if he doesn't win, he can't get admission. No, let me add, even if it's Konkoso's son, which politician in Nigeria cares for the people and thinks for them? But Nigerians, they don't like themselves. They follow what they will eat now. Spaghetti, 200 naira. I learned one minister promoted them, that this time they will give them 2,000. But we learned in Kaduna, votes were bought for 25,000 naira each.
In the by-election?
Yes, in the by-election.
And you saw it?
You didn't see them sharing the money.
No,
you are not current in the social media.
Oh,
you better go back to your Kaduna.
You even do more social media than me?
Yes.
Wow, that's
yes. Good. But in Kano, we didn't give 1 penny because the people see it as their own war, their own battle to better themselves.
What do you tell them? You brainwash them or what?
No, they see it on the ground. We give them health care, we give them schools, we give them scholarship, we do this, we train them how to make a living, we train their children skill acquisition. What else do they need?
But Alhaji Galadima,
yes, sir.
In the scheme of things with what is going on, there's a whole lot of opposition talking about this government of the day and assessing what the government has done, the governance, the performance of government based on the promises made. And the opposition is coming together. And we imagine that Rabi Konkonso and your likes are going to also join forces with the ADC and the opposition coalition.
Shaun, you wanted to get a word out of my mouth. You cannot.
What do you mean?
We have not made any statement as to where we are heading.
Except the one
positive.
Except the one that you will make tonight.
I say, and we are positive in our minds that wherever we go, that would be where the federal government of Nigeria will be formed under that canopy. And I have said times without number that it is not time to talk. All these people running up and down doing politicking is because they have no base. They don't understand politics. I said times without number here before you that opposition do not start a marathon race. By the time you are finishing, you must have been exhausted and get tired. So what the opposition does is a straight 100-meter dash. What do you do now is consultation under the table. For example, when I was coming, I even brought a membership card for you, for the NNPP.
How?
You look at it.
For me?
Yes, I will canvass you and I will give you secretly. Unfortunately, I've made it public, so I will not.
Buba Galadima.
So, sir, it is us. It is us that know this game.
Yeah.
Not those charlatans, opportunists that are running helter-skelter. They've seen the results now.
Where?
We didn't say anything and we won.
In Kano. NNPP was
that is a litmus test. You do experiment.
With Kano.
Anything in life. Even did the Oibo man start aeroplane one day? They started 747.
So the question I was asking you is the position of NNPP in the manner in which our country is going right now. You don't seem to have a say, right? Because it does look like NNPP.
We don't seem to say, not that we don't seem to not to have a say.
You're not talking about what the government is doing or what is not doing. Your party.
Is deliberate. You see our hands. You don't need to see. You don't need to hear us. You know, when some people were accusing General Abacha, I was one of the people closest to him. You come and talk for 10 hours. General Abacha will not utter a word. You go, you don't know what he will do. You just see his hands working on your suggestion, whether positively or negatively.
So that's what NNPP is doing?
Of course, because we are the people that will determine who will be the president of Nigeria in 2027.
So is that why you are planning to go to the APC?
Which APC?
To join Bola Tinubu.
You want me to tell you yes or no? I'm not ready to mention anything.
But I thought you used to be.
We are politicians.
You used to be my friend.
We can even talk to the devil.
Really?
Yes.
You used to be my friend. What changed?
We are still friends.
But I mean, so why wouldn't you be talking to me?
In private, when you sign my membership card, I can now take you in confidence.
I don't even.
Because blood is thicker than water.
Alaji, you know I would take that. Because I don't belong to any political party.
If the offer is not correct, you will not take. But if the offer is correct, a Nigerian...
No, you know me by now. I'm not an easy man like that. So when it comes to political party affiliation, I don't have one.
When we win government, we will test you.
Me?
Yes.
Several governments have.
No.
I still remember who I am.
Them.
No.
You don't believe in their
I have decided.
You don't believe in their purpose.
This is my evangelism, and I'm sticking to it. And I think that this is the way to serve. But the question here, I like it.
Yes.
How is the country going? Are you
badly?
Really?
Are you happy?
I'm asking you.
No, you are a Nigerian.
I'm a journalist.
Journalist is not a Nigerian.
He's a Nigerian, but I don't have opinion in this sense.
You don't have an opinion. You don't go to the same market.
I do.
You do?
But you are supposed to be the one saying it, not me talking about it. I should be asking you the question.
Why should I think I'm better than you?
No, but
I've got more responsibility to the people, to the country more than you.
No, I have a responsibility. My responsibility is to hold the government accountable. But I'm asking
Are you holding them accountable?
We try to do that.
They are rigging elections. What did you say?
Is that not the reason why we are here to review it? Elijah, what is going on in this government?
Look, I am going to do a one-man protest at the National Assembly.
Why?
Because I don't believe in the constitutional amendment they are doing, especially the issue of state police. It is, if they want to state police, let them just table a law, amend the constitution. Whoever wants to leave Nigeria should go.
Is that not too harsh?
It's better than for us to fight. Because if there is a state police, you may not go to Kwara. We've seen it happen now. People don't know. They should be told. Young people don't understand. Because we have challenges of security now, does not mean that we will mortgage our future.
Buba Galadima, let's wrap up quickly. And I wanted you to talk about what is going on in Nigeria and the way forward.
No, what is going on is very easy. What this government is planning is to rig election in 2027.
They told you that?
From their antics. And they say it. When they go to a governor to ask him to decamp, that if you don't decamp, we will take away the power from you. Not that we will get you to be voted out. That's what they do. And they don't understand.
Have they told NNPP that?
Which
NNPP? Kano.
Does it have to? You think only NNPP? You brought me here because you thought I'm a national figure that can be listened to.
Yeah, you are.
So my ears are wide open.
So is there hope that things can get better?
When we teach them lesson.
And that's
when they can't get when they can't get what they've bargained for. Let me tell you that the first problem of this government is that they will be fighting civil servants. All the civil servants will fight them. All the contractors, when it is time, will fight them. Because you go to anywhere, the contractors will tell you only one man is being paid money. And that they worked for 7-8 months, they have never been paid. You are a journalist. Go and do investigative journalism. All these are potential enemies that will show their true color at the worst hour.
Buba Galadima, thank you so much indeed. It's always a pleasure having you join us. I appreciate it.
Yeah, but you have not, these by-elections is a pointer to the fact that the APC can be challenged and can be defeated.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming tonight. I appreciate it. It's good to see you again, sir. And don't forget to take away your NNPP registration card. I'm not sure anybody here is ready to be a political party member. We take a break, everyone. But when we return, I will be joined by Otumba Biodun Ajiboye, who is a chieftain of the APC. And the hopes of the APC and the Tinubu government as a lot of pressure. Everyone for staying with us. Otumba Biodun Ajiboye, the Director General of the National Institute of Cultural Orientation, NICO, is live with us tonight on the program. He's a chieftain of the APC as well. Thanks so much, Mr. Ajiboye, for joining us tonight.
Thank you very much, Seun. I'm happy to be here.
I mean, when someone described this government's performance as very poor, and you heard what my earlier guest said,
Yeah.
How do you react to that kind of assessment of this government's performance?
Well, you see, it is becoming quite fashionable these days that people assess actions not on the merit of the action or activity, but on their perspective as either member of that party or opposition. So hardly would you see any opposition member who would come up to say that this government is doing well. Why? If they attest to the government as doing well, they would have been defeating their own core purpose of being opposition. That's what they think.
But in the true sense, is this government doing well?
Well, how can you say the government is not doing well? And I'll explain to you. This is a government who took Nigeria from doldrum. We were on the floor. Nigeria was on the floor, not because of so many things that Nigeria never ever did right. For instance, talk about taxation. How many people really pay tax in Nigeria? Between you and I, less than 50, well above 55% of Nigerians who are supposed to be paying tax never paid tax. Whoever goes after them? Nobody. So if you now get a government who says, please pay your tax as and when due and the appropriate evaluation of your income, you now say that government is harsh. However, our revenue as a nation is dropping and dropping low, is getting lower by the day. So any government who actually wants a country to make some sense will look at what are we earning as a country. And in actual fact, what are we earning? Are we a productive economy? We see the point at which we needed to reassess ourselves as a nation. As it was the point that Bola Tinubu came in and said, look, we need to stop here and reassess ourselves. Except we reassess ourselves properly, moving forward may be even tougher than where we're coming from.
Why does it anger, or why does it make people in your party angry when they hear that Nigerians are suffering? Which in actual fact, that is what is on the street.
No, it's true.
Why is it that people don't want to hear it?
I tell people all the time, Shehu, the consequence of any form of reform, removal of subsidy, flotation of naira, against foreign is only inflation will come after it. Definitely, there will be inflation. It's expected. But the point is, if we did not go through that route, we may never get it right in Kingdom Come.
But my question here is, why does it sort of aggravate or infuriate members of the APC when they hear people assess and say people are suffering, which is a fact that people are suffering. People are going through tough times.
Okay,
why is it difficult for your party members to accept that is a real fact on the ground?
Probably individual basis, individual differences. If anybody tells me that, I won't be angry. I will only say it's the expected consequence of our reforms.
But it's true that people are suffering. You agree?
No, it's true that there's inflation.
Yeah, there is inflation.
To that extent, those that are very, very low income earners are no longer able to meet up with a lot of things. When there's inflation, prices go up. And look, how were we coping? We're subsidizing the naira to the tune of $1.5 billion monthly. We're subsidizing electricity. We're subsidizing fuel. Any nation who were doing all of these things we said must have a highly productive economy. We didn't even have a productive economy. So, a point to stop and reevaluate was the point Bola Tinubu came and said, no, in spite of my training as a financial engineer, in spite of my training as a public finance person and corporate finance person, I will not allow this country to go down like this. Let us stop and reevaluate. Is that too much to ask for a country that wants to make progress?
And we know naturally, any reasonable person will know that strong reforms comes with tough decisions.
Oh yeah.
And there will be repercussions.
Oh yeah,
and there will be implications.
Consequences.
But
the only question we should ask ourselves now is that, do we want to go through the tough time now and enjoy later, or want to continue and crash completely? The nation was going to crash if such steps were not taken. That's a fact. You and I know. Any intelligent, any educated person within this country knows. All those things that those opposition people are saying, they are saying all of those things to save their faces. Bring a million OB, he can't do better. I know. I can even take a bet on it.
That if Peter Obi was in government...
How? What will he do? What miracle will he perform? What miracle was he able to perform in Anambra? He was even much younger. Now, what is Obi's particular qualification, particular quality that makes him feel he can be the best Nigerian president? Let him come and tell me.
Does the arrangement on the ground show that this is a better option that Nigerians deserve?
Which I don't get you.
The arrangement that we see presently
the present government,
the ongoing scenario that we're facing right now.
The coalition?
Does it? No. I mean the government of the day.
Okay, yeah.
And the activities and the performance of this government. Does it present itself as the best option that Nigerians could ever deserve or get?
We had an election in 2023. Somebody won that election. Right? The fellow that won the election deserves to rule, deserves to have his own term, in government, in governance, on one hand. Coincidentally, or consequently, the fellow that won the election happened to be the best out of all of them.
By what parameter?
Every parameter possible. I will give you just four categories, for just 4 credentials. 1, this was a man who was a finance expert. He was a finance guru with Mobil multinational.
So was Peter Obi.
How? Where? He was only chairman of a bank. Chairman of Fidelity Bank. Do you need a study of accounting and finance to be chairman of a bank? No. So it was. Secondly, this same man was a successful governor in Lagos State.
So was Peter Obi.
No, bring the records. How can you say Peter Obi was successful in Anambra? He wasn't.
So was.
I'm not talking of Kwankwaso, I'm talking of Peter Obi. Kwankwaso is not a bad man. Kwankwaso is not a bad administrator. I have nothing against him. It's just that Atiku's performance as vice president is nothing to write home about.
Really?
His assessor, his boss assessed him as a failure, complete failure. That's Atiku. He wrote a book about him and says Atiku has a great penchant for irregularities and all of that. He said quite a lot. Go and read the book. So who among them is better than Bola Tinubu? Even as we speak, the El Rufai is going all over the place because of his personal pain and is disgruntled for so many reasons. If he becomes president, can he do better? Did he do better in Kaduna? Why did they boo him in Kaduna during the election a few days ago? These people don't want to face the reality. Or my brother Aregbesola, these people don't want to face the reality that they are confronted with. Look, if Bola Tinubu had wanted to coast on naturally, he didn't have to do the tough things. He would just have continued the way everybody would like to continue.
But there are those who hold the view that this president does not listen. And like Mr. Babache Lawal, who was here on the program, a former SGF, he used some words on the president that I cannot repeat, but he's of the opinion that this government is doing badly, that this government is leading Nigeria into a disaster, and that if Nigerians are not careful and do not stand up, that this nation is in trouble.
Who is Babachi Lawal?
A former secretary to the government of the
Federal. Who was he before he became secretary to the government?
He was a vice chairman of APC.
What is that? Region. How many elections has he won before? He can't even win his local government in Adamawa.
He helped president.
He didn't help nobody. No. Babachi Lawal doesn't have the capacity
to win the primaries.
Babachi Lawal does not have the capacity to help anybody to win an election. I know him. We worked together with him, with Asiwaju, before the primaries. When we were planning, he was always around. He fell out because he felt that Asiwaju should have nominated him as vice chairman. Vice president of the vice presidential candidate.
As against Kashim Shettima?
Yes. When immediately Asiwaju named Kashim Shettima, Babachi Lawal went berserk. He could not even control his anger. And myself, 2 of my colleagues went to his house. We knelt down for him to say, Baba, don't do, because we were working together very closely. His office is in Nikon Luxury. And we told him, don't allow this to get you distraught. I mean, the man has chosen who he feels he wants to choose. Let's carry on in the spirit of good sportsmanship. He was bitter. His bitterness started from that point. And from that point onwards, he wanted to talk down on Asiwaju. Is that a politician? Is that the way politics goes? Now, he picked Peter Obi. He was touting Christian as if they even know him in the Christian community. So let Babachi Lawal come out here to tell me his political value. What is his political credentials? Nothing. He said he's been friends with Asiwaju since 1982. That's what he told me in Lagos. No problem about that. But Asiwaju is now president. You should accord him some respect. Those who know Babachi Lawal knows that Babachi Lawal is not nobody. He's only selling himself to this new political alliance so that they can give him a good position. But Babachi Lawal has no electoral value of any sort.
Yeah, give me a moment. We're going to break, and when we come back, it's about the issues that have been raised by a few of the opposition elements and what this means for the government of the day. We'll conclude on that when we return from this break, everyone. Join us again. Thank you so much, everyone. Our concluding moment now with Mr. Biodun Ajiboye, who is the Director General of NICO and the Chieftain of the APC. You are going directly throwing that at the messenger. And those who say, what about the message? Look at the issue that has been raised by some of the opposition element. And it does look like the kind of response you get from APC members when some opposition figures talk about the performance of this government, the attitude of leaders in the APC government. It gets some of you infuriated. Why don't you focus about what Nigerians are facing? And also, are you under pressure on what the opposition is planning? Because their plan is that come 2027, they're going to send Asiwaju Bola Tinubu back to Lagos, and they're going to send APC out of prominence.
Okay, that's fine. It is for them to plan. It is for us to do the right things.
Are you doing the right thing?
No, that's what I'm saying.
By the Nigerian people.
Listen, the argument is very simple. I am not oblivious of the fact that things are tough in Nigeria. I equally know that if we had to go the route we're going as a party, as a government, things must be tough in the beginning. But I know very well that at the end of the day, there will be some good news at the end of the tunnel. Light at the end of that's a fact. Because deliberately, we decided to cut some of those palliatives that we put forward to cost life on artificially. There's no way you can continue the way Nigeria was going. You are not producing even your quota for your barrel per day, OPEC quota of 2 million barrels per day were no longer met. We're doing under 1 million, about 700,000 when this government came into power. So a nation that does not generate a lot of activity, productive activity.
And this government took over from what party?
No. I mean, it's the same party.
It's the same party.
Yeah, but
so you are blaming?
No, I'm not blaming. We are not in. We cannot.
It's the same party.
Right, yes, you cannot in the right conscience blame.
So this government meant a wreckage. That's what you're saying.
Oh yeah, the point is clear. Let me explain to you.
Left by your party.
Two issues were accountable for the problem the government had. COVID was one. Right. In fact, basically COVID. Now, COVID made a lot of plans unattainable. So if the last government had challenges, it was because of certain global situation that happened.
We need to close because we're totally out of time.
I'm not going to sit here and say that last government did not. It was our government. But what I'm saying is that this government came and put a proper plan on the table. And say, if you go with this plan, this is the consequence. It may be tough in the beginning, but we assure you it will be better as time goes by. And that's exactly the point.
Otumba Biodun Ajiboye is the Director General of NICO and the Chieftain of the APC. Thanks so much indeed for coming tonight.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That's our show for today, everyone. Many thanks for watching. I'm Sean Wakimale. God bless Nigeria.